You are watching Stripped Down, Saskatchewan's only award-winning one-hour local music showcase, the show that brings the venue to you in the comfort of your own living room. As always, I am your host, Curtis Anderson. Let's not waste any more time. Tonight on Stripped Down, ladies and gentlemen, Natalie Struck. Have a seat, young lady. You were watching Stripped Down. We were spending 60 minutes with local songwriter Natalie Struck. Wow, that's got to be a record. I've already messed up. Welcome to Stripped Down.
Hello.
It's a crazy day today.
Yes.
Finals just taking away all my crew. So we've got some ringers. We got Catherine Morlock from season 1 back, and Brock Andrews doing some audio for us. Welcome to Stripped Down.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Again, it was a bit of a challenge getting here today, but I'm glad you're on. 2 weeks ago, Songs for Supper 5.
Yes.
Eli for short.
Yes.
I was shaking his hand after the event, and hey, I'm Natalie.
Yeah.
Kind of over his shoulder. How do I get to be on your show? I was like, I have an opening in 2 weeks. Just so happened somebody canceled that day. What do you know about Stripped Down? You're a big fan.
I want to say I watch it every week, but I actually just heard about it a few months ago, and I thought it was really cool. It turns out most of my friends have been on here, my musician friends. So
some of your
just
friends work
suggested
here.
it. Yeah, so it's pretty neat. Like, it's good community.
I want to use your quote. You came in and said, "Oh, it's like, you know, when you see Times Square on TV and then you finally go to Times Square, that's what it feels like." Wow. That made me feel good.
It's true, you know, it's so cool to be in here and see how it all goes down.
We're like the Times Square of Saskatoon,
yes.
of cable television. Friends with Eli for short. Let's start there.
I met him at an open mic at Lydia's, actually, back in July, I believe, and he had seen me play, and I thought he was amazing, so I had to go talk to him, and we've been friends ever since. It was an instant friendship. So
is that who you were supporting when you were at Songs for Supper 5?
Yes, I'm also friends with Stephen Meyer.
Okay.
So it was good to, I didn't actually stay for him, but it was good.
You left at half?
I had to go be somewhere, so.
Well, you're busy. You
I'm
gig
a busy girl.
constantly.
Yes, I try to do the open mics. I busk on Sundays, and yeah.
We'll talk about where you're playing next and how people can see you live. But what was that first song?
It was called How It Is. It's actually my first single off my upcoming EP. So it's been out since April, and the guy I wrote it about, he actually heard me write it, and he wasn't impressed. So we went our separate ways, and thought it was a fitting first song to release.
Wow, that's quite the story right off the bat. So
I'm a talker.
So your song caused a breakup. Usually it's kind of.
Well, no, I knew I was leaving. He didn't,
oh,
he didn't
okay.
know. Yeah,
Usually it's the other way around. You break up and then you write a song about it.
Yeah, no, I was feeling the vibe. You know, when you feel a song, you gotta get it out.
Well, you're already a lot of fun. You came from a super small village. What was it like growing up being Natalie?
Well, everyone else was into sports and I was into music, so I played music and got lost in my books and pretty much didn't hang out with everyone else. So, yeah.
Most loners turn to music.
Yeah, it's great. It's really good.
So books.
Books,
yeah. That was pretty, you wrote about that quite a lot. So
yes.
You wrote a lot as well.
Yeah, I was always writing stories and everything, and I just decided that lyrics were easier to write than actual stories.
What was the village? You want to give a shout out, or is it you can't find it on the map?
Well, it's Lake Lenore, which some people might have heard of it from Hoopla years back. They won like 5 championships. I didn't play basketball, so yeah, it's just this tiny town, and graduated with 2 girls, 12 guys, so pretty small.
And 2 sisters.
Yes, 2 older sisters who picked on me a lot, so I had to turn to music. They wouldn't let me in their band. I had to start my own thing.
So musical family.
Yes.
They had oh, that's cold. They had a band.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let you join.
No, they're like, no, you're terrible. We're having our own band.
Well, where are they now? Have they ever been on Strip Down?
No, they don't do music anymore.
Did they go back to sports or?
No. Just
grew
everyone
up
did whatever they wanted to do, and I said, I'll do music.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what's going through your mind? You're taking these Strip Down stage. It seems to be a pretty big deal to you, which is awesome.
I'm really nervous, and I'm just trying not to let it show, but it's really cool. I get so excited about any gigs, really.
You went the opposite way, too. Most people come in and say, oh, I'm so nervous about the talking part. I can play and play and play, and I'm not nervous about that. But you went the other way. You're like, oh, I can't wait to talk, but I'm worried about my playing.
Yeah, guitar is not something that came easily to me. And talking is something I've pretty good at, I think. So guitar is scary, singing is fine, and talking is great.
We'll talk a little bit later about guitar, because I read somewhere you only picked it up when you were like 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was like, what, a couple of years ago, basically?
Yeah. No, I'm 26.
Oh,
I'm 26
I wouldn't have guessed that.
years old, yes.
You look extremely
I've been
young.
for 10 years. I've had this guitar since I was 15, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So much to cover tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, let's jump to song number 2. Does it have a great story like song number 1 did?
It kind of does. It's called This Is Me and You, and it was actually written about a friend that I thought me and her were going to split, and it was a scary time, but you can interpret it as a boyfriend-girlfriend.
So once again, it was a song that seemed like it was about to force change.
Yeah.
Wow, that's some gutsy songwriting, Natalie.
Yeah,
Good job.
this was supposed to be on the EP, but decided to save it for live performances, so
all right.
It's not on there.
Natalie Struck.
In your thoughts and I'm in mine. Silence is growing like distance over time. Lately all we seem to do is fight. Both of us thinking we're right. say opposites attract, well, that's me and you. We complement each other, helping the other pull through. And lately we stand divided, and I know we're both trying. And everything we wanted to say we did, with no holding back, always jumping right in. So what is this problem, and when will it surface? This is you and me. We should be able to fix this. And I wanna go back, but maybe we've gone too far. I didn't think being with you would ever be this hard. Something needs to change, but I don't know what. All I know is I don't wanna break up. No, I don't wanna break up. And everything we wanted to say we did, with no holding back, always jumping right in. So what is this problem, and when will it surface? This is you and me. We should be able to fix this. Ideas and values keep coming between us. Our views on the world completely different. It's give and it's take. It's making mistakes. It's not always agreeing. Nobody's leaving. This is me and you. This is you and me.
Another gorgeous song from
Thank you.
Natalie Struck. NatalieStruck.com. It's the
Yes.
easiest way to people to find you online.
I've got a zillion and one links on there. So yeah, I'm all over the internet. You could just Google me. even.
This may have been the first time I've ever seen this, but you quoted yourself. You chose your quote to be something you said. That was well done. Quit trying to figure me out. There is no rhyme or reason to why I like the things I like and why I don't. You have to get to know me one item at a time. Natalie Struck.
It's very true. I don't know. I don't like. Aren't you supposed to quote yourself when you're doing all the writing? I don't know.
I guess.
I have a lot of other artists that I really quote.
Like
a lot
number
too.
2, no one else can change your fate. You have to do it for yourself.
Yes, it's by Hanson.
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 Am I guessing like Mbop Hanson?
Yes, I'm a massive Hanson fan. I love them to death.
I've already pieced together that you probably don't care about what people think of you.
No.
You're quoting
I'm
Hanson.
Me. I'm me. I'm proud.
That's-
Hanson fan. I'm
That's
proud.
pretty epic. Wow. I haven't heard people talk about Hanson in years, but there you are.
Yeah,
I didn't even know they had a second song. Your Illusion, that's the song.
It's actually off their third album.
What?
Fourth album, actually, and they just came out with their fifth last year. So they're still
I didn't
going
know-
strong.
I figured they'd probably do the show if I called them up these
Yeah,
days.
no.
But they still got a
I
they still
just
got
saw
a
them in
career.
Regina a couple months ago.
Are you
Yeah. Seen
Really?
them in Edmonton, January, yeah.
Hanson?
Yeah, you should
like
go
those
check it
three
out.
brothers, aren't they like
They
30
just came
now?
out with beer. They're going to do a beer now, too. So you just never know.
I don't want to say we've wasted time talking about Hanson because I think this has been really informative, but we spent a lot of time talking about Hanson. I think we should segue into our first commercial break out of this. I have to regroup and go look up Hanson so I can trump you with trivia. Stick around, we got lots more with Natalie coming up right after this.
Never gets nothing done. If I had some money, I'd be on the run. But all the money I had is gone.
Mr. Sicily Pizza and Pasta is proud to sponsor community programming on Shaw TV. Mr. Sicily, located at the corner of 51st and Miller in the north end of Saskatoon. 975-0345.
The following sponsors are proud to support local community programming on Shaw. Long and McQuaid, 721 43rd Street East, Saskatoon. Saskatoon, 244-0509, or online at long-mcquaid.com. Ultimo Euromoto. 204 3rd Avenue South in downtown Saskatoon, 664-6640.
Do you know where your tap water comes from? It can come from one of two sources, groundwater or surface water. Surface water often begins as snowfall that accumulates in the winter and melts into our rivers and lakes. Cities will treat it to get rid of most of the impurities and then send it down the pipes, under the streets, and into our homes. The problem is, the quality of water is being damaged by our activities, and as our earth warms up, there may be less water available in the future. How can we look after our water resources? Find out where your water comes from and how it is being protected. Use less when you're showering, brushing your teeth, or watering your lawn. And never pour toxins like cleaning solutions down a toilet, sink, or storm drain, as it ends up in our rivers and lakes. It's our turn to take care of this planet, and I think we can do a better job. What do you think?
We are back. You are watching Stripped Down. Natalie struck in the Shaw TV studio tonight. Wow, first segment down. How are you feeling?
Pretty good.
2 songs deep. I thought they
Yeah.
sounded amazing. You're all
Thank
nervous
you.
to play the Stripped Down stage.
Yeah.
What kind of setup is this? You kind of threw director Jay Neufeld and I for a little bit of a loop here.
The truth is, this is still my first guitar, and I couldn't afford a new guitar, so I just put a pickup on, and away we go. I will get a new guitar one of these days.
Oh, I'm fine with it. I mean, it worked fine. It plugged right in. But what kind of feedback do you get from that? You're saying some venues aren't fans.
No, yeah, they're like, can you just use our guitars? They're just easier to plug in and, adjust the sounds and. Yeah.
That one looks like it has so many stories, though.
It does, and I feel.
I don't think it would work with you playing a brand new polished guitar.
I didn't
that
actually
adds.
do that. I lent it to another musician.
And they beat up your guitar?
He didn't mean to.
Did you write a
It
song
was at an
about him?
open mic, not yet. It's
No.
coming up.
You're like, oh, I don't think we're going to be friends much
But I
longer.
won't
Because your
be.
stories kind of foretell the future. That way.
Yeah. Yeah, watch out. You could have a song next.
Oh, great. I was on this really horrible show, and I'm never going to return his call again.
Not that.
Where do you play around the city, Natalie?
I play at Lydia's, at the Fez, Prairie Inc., Free House. Big fan of that. And I've been busking at the farmer's market.
Those are
as well.
Sundays, right?
Yeah.
So for the rest of December, Sundays at
Right
the farmer's
through
market?
to the 18th, yeah.
Farmer's market, are you the whole time, or are there hours
Just
that you
an
go?
hour. It's my own time slot. I'm by the tables where you eat, and I just sing for an hour.
Just kind of when you show up?
At 11 till noon, actually. Set time, just, I won't interrupt too much of your meal. Just listen for a bit.
What's it like playing out there?
Well, sometimes you're just playing to an empty room, and for a little bit, people, the vendors are there. But sometimes a lot of kids like listening, and they'll try and sing along. It's pretty cute.
Oh, do you have sing-along songs?
No, they just want to sing with whatever I'm singing. They're like,
A December 23rd gig at Mystic Java.
Yes, it's my first time playing there. But
Is it going to be a Christmas-heavy set? That's like at the buzzer.
I actually don't even do Christmas songs. I do have one Christmas song in the set. It's by John Prine called Christmas in Prison. And it's, I love John Prine, and yeah, we'll just go with that.
I'm actually relieved you didn't say, oh, I've got, 12 Christmas songs I could have played tonight, because then I would have kicked myself for not setting up the trees and
Oh, no.
making this a Christmas episode.
No.
But it would have been a lot of work, because next week we have a full band from PA, and I know they don't know Christmas songs. So it would have
Yeah.
been set up, tear down, and let's face it, we're lazy here
I
at
don't
Strip
have
Down.
original Christmas songs either.
No, well, I think they're old enough that we're not going to get busted. They're all from like the 1800s, aren't they?
Yeah.
Really quick before we get to the next song, another thing on your website, you highly promoted the fact that you're a fan of Zoobly Zoo. Once again, like Zoobly Zoo and Hanson.
I don't even know if other people know what Zoobly Zoo is.
I remember
but-
Zoobly Zoo,
You
but
do?
I
Good.
remember it being like scary though.
Oh no,
It was
the cat?
haunting. There was that
What's
one
that? The
guy
cat?
that was like, he looked like Tony Todd, like Candyman from all those horror movies. He was like the
Okay,
main
yeah,
guy.
he was scary, but I like
super scary show.
the beaver, the builder. I forget his name.
It really
I
creeped
don't
me
know,
out.
but I couldn't
when I was a
believe when
kid.
I found that other people liked it. So
Were you like number 3?
yeah.
Yeah,
No.
probably. Zoobly Zoo. So you like Zoobly Zoo. You like Hanson.
Yep.
I'm really excited to hear song number 3. Where do we
Okay.
possibly go from here?
I was going to go with a love song. I only have one love song. This will be on the EP. It was actually recorded by Eli for short. So, yeah, the only love song.
Why don't you play your only love song and then we'll talk about said EP.
Okay.
All right? Take it away, Natalie Struck.
This is something foreign to me. Every time I'm not looking, you make me see. You're all I've been thinking of. And it's alright if this is love. Soon it'll be mine. And I can't wait to see you face to face. I'll be taking a plane, counting down the hours till I touch you again. And I know you'll take me away. In your arms I know my place. I'm tired of being so cold. The warmth of you I always want to hold. I picture you over and over. I could listen to you forever. Soon it'll be me. And I can't wait to see you face to face. I'll be taking a plane, counting down the hours till I touch you again. And I know you'll take me away. In your arms I know this isn't a dream. 'Cause when I'm with you I'm complete. Soon it'll be me. And I can't wait to see you. Soon it'll be me. And I can't wait to see you face to face. I'll be taking a plane, counting down the hours till I touch you again. I know you'll take me away. In your arms I know my place.
Natalie Struck, spending 60 minutes with us on Strip Down. Finally reading a little bit more of your bio during that last song. It was a crazy night to get to the show again because there's finals going on right now, so a lot of our crew isn't available. We brought in Brock Andrews, but he's since left. Catherine Morlock from season 1 was gracious enough to come and help us tonight. Dylan Evans, another fill-in, so big shout out to tonight's crew.
Hi, everybody.
Kind of a patchwork of kind of your friends and mine and old crew members. It's nice. Nice feeling in the room tonight. So I'm reading, 2007, you took your very first plane ride. I, too, took my very first plane ride in 2007. I'm terrified of flying.
Me too. I cried.
Yeah, I was probably pretty close. I was crying on
Yeah.
the inside, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Terrified. I went to Costa Mesa. Work sent me there. And I was like, let's see where Natalie Struck ended up. She went to Toronto. Oh, wasn't that nice?
Oh.
To see a Hanson concert. Natalie!
I got front row in a meet and greet, and it was so awesome.
You...
That was my first Hanson concert. Like, it was unreal.
What was it like seeing Hanson?
It was like they walk off the tour
Like
bus.
how old
and
does
I'm
this
like,
put you? How old does this put you?
24, 23, somewhere around there. 23. I can't do math. Maybe 22.
Okay.
Been a fan since I was 11. I've grown
Okay.
with them.
So you've grown up with Hanson. Like okay. Let's move on from Hanson. The next, Stephen Kellogg and the Sixers.
Yes.
Once again, you were like backstage meeting people.
Of course.
Do you have
That's what
like
do.
hookups in the
No,
industry or?
You just got to be a sweetheart and not look crazy. And then you can just be like, oh, you do music? I do music.
See, I'm
And then they wanna
I'm
talk
0 for
to
3
you.
now. I'm not a sweetheart. I look crazy and I don't make music. So maybe that's why I never get to go backstage. But that was kind of the life changer. I'm guessing Hanson was some sort of life changer too. But this
Yeah. the
Opening up for
Sixers-
George Thorogood?
They did, yes. We were actually just there to see them. We didn't really watch Thorogood. He was good, but we just...
Not
you know.
thoroughly.
Yeah.
Thorough. Good. We'll give the viewers a second to catch up with that joke. All right. So yeah, it was inspiring for you. Mm-hmm. That kind
yeah.
of brought you back to music a little bit?
It was just, they were just this, not as like high scale of a band. It was just 3 guys up there just pouring their hearts out, and then just talking to them after. They were just very raw and passionate, and I just recently discovered them, so I was like, oh, you guys are so cool, and yeah, it was amazing.
Sounds like the opposite of Hanson.
Oh, they're cool. They're cool. Their fans are crazy.
Hanson. I guess I was already in an age when Hanson came out where I was a little jaded, so it was like everything I didn't like about the world was represented by those 3 brothers.
They did. Yep. Brought us out of the grunge.
I was that guy. The EP. Where are we on that?
It's actually being mastered. Efren Pereira did the recording, and for the 5 full bands, and he's mastering it probably as we speak. So
Just tonight.
pretty pumped. Yeah. So it'll
How do
be
you-
out.
How do you
in a
get
couple
mixed
weeks.
up with Efren Pereira?
A friend from Wappos Bay had said, "I know a guy in a recording studio. Let's check him out." And
How are you mixed up with Wapoos Bay?
I have an old friend there that I used to date when I was like 13. So we've been friends for a long time. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So coming out of like, if this was a flashback episode, our editor would have a nosebleed by now. So
Yeah.
Wapoos Bay, back out to your friend who knows Efren Pereira. Okay.
Yeah, because they used him a little bit, and then and then it was cool. He's like, "Do you want maybe my brother to play on here?" And like, I didn't connect the dots. I was like, "Oh, who's your brother?" He's like, "Earl Pereira." I'm like, "Oh my mouth Mason." I just had a heart attack.
And
I'm
the
like,
steadies.
yeah, and the steadies now. The steadies, yeah. So I was so pumped, and
So who's all played on this EP then? Eli
Efren
for
himself.
short.
Eli did play the guitar. I only play guitar on one song, but I wrote all the guitar.
Okay.
Rhythm, and Doug Luciak, he works with Efren, and Michael Sachek, he's a coworker of mine, and I don't want to leave anyone out, but I think that's it.
What was the
Yeah.
experience like?
Scary. It's terrifying in the studio.
And
I
that was
find.
like the old Star Lab? Was that
Yes,
the,
that's where we recorded it at.
Okay.
So yeah,
and so it was scary?
it was nerve-wracking for me because I had never. I'm like, how perfect does this need to be? It's like you got to be really good. You got to be perfect, and it was fun at the same time. You know, they're really friendly and helpful, and
Is there a release date?
uh,
Just when it's done, it's done?
I'm gonna order it like tomorrow. So I'm doing physical and online. So a few weeks from now, it'll be at my Mystic Java show. For
Oh,
sure.
that's like the
Yeah.
perfect stocking stuffer. December 23rd at Mystic
Yeah.
Java, so that might be people's first chance to get your album.
Could be, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Maybe at the busking thing, I might have a few copies there. So we'll see.
Sweet. I don't know where we are for time. It's a crazy night tonight. Let's get to your 4th song. Your last one was your only love song. You're like young.
I haven't been in love,
young,
so I don't really think it's fair to write about it.
young 23-year-old girl from Saskatoon, only one love song.
Well, now I'm 26, and
26.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not really.
Really not Ode to Hanson or
No.
something? That sounds like no. Okay,
They're true stories, okay?
fair enough.
Okay, right.
So that's all you want to say about your love song.
Yeah, well, it was about someone, but that didn't pan out. But I think a long distance, it's very important to think that it maybe could work out. Actually, this next song is about long distance relationship.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right, we'll talk about it after then.
Yeah.
The long distance relationship song. by
Yeah.
Natalie Struck.
Yes.
Take it away.
I don't know why I feel so at ease around you. I don't know why you picked me. You
Song about a long-distance relationship from Natalie Struck. Any more in-depth to go with that? Or it was what it was?
Pretty much is just like, sometimes you meet people who live far away and you're thinking, this could work. And everyone's like, if we live closer. It's like everyone's so well connected these days, I don't think you really even need to be too close physically.
Okay, before we gear up our second commercial break, I want to finally talk about it. Natalie Struck. Struck. It sounds different with its proper German pronunciation, correct?
Yeah. Okay, it could be like Struck or it could be Struck.
Okay.
But I think Struck just sounds cool.
It just sounds so rock and roll. And like you pretty much have to make it famous because that's just like an uncreative newspaper headlines writer's dream. Like struck gold, Natalie Struck rock bottom.
It's usually Thunderstruck. I get the association.
Thunderstruck. Is that what you and Brock Andrews were talking about?
Yes. Yes.
You got an AC/DC cover band on the horizon?
I think I will cover
Our
it
clothing
at some
sponsor
point.
would love that.
Yes, I'll
Barry
cover
from
it at some
Ultimo is
point.
the biggest AC/DC fan. I should throw that idea your way. Between his financial backing, Brock Andrews' vision, and your name, license to print money. Okay, we have to gear up for our second commercial break, but stick around. We have lots more with Natalie Struck coming up right after this.
That underneath it all these questions, yeah, they're wrong. All these memories are fake. All the time it took to tame you. So what's it gonna take to get you off my mind?
Do you know how many people get their water from underground? Water can come from the surface or underground. Groundwater is found in the layers of soil and rock beneath our feet in saturated areas called aquifers. This water source is collected in wells and supplies about half of North America's drinking water. The problem is, the quality and safety of this underground water is directly affected by what we do on the land above it. What can you do to keep your drinking water safe? Groundwater starts on the surface, so whatever you put on your lawn that the plants don't use can seep into the groundwater. This includes excess chemicals and fertilizers, and even oil spills, so be sure to dispose of them properly. It's our turn to take care of this planet, and I think we can do a better job. What do you think? For more information on how you can be more water aware, visit waterunderfire.ca.
All natural things on Earth and how they interact is biodiversity. From the microscopic to the mighty, from the smallest body of water to the coldest, from underground to the highest ground. When biodiversity is rich, we can count on the natural world to produce the oxygen we breathe, filter and purify the water we drink, and grow the plants we rely on for food and medicine. Due to human activities, biodiversity is being lost faster than nature can replenish it. So let's do what we can to help preserve biodiversity. Create natural spaces and plant native species. Take part in a wildlife survey. Get out and experience Canada's amazing variety of wildlife. And that's just a start. To learn more about biodiversity and how you can help protect it, visit hww.ca.
Our cameraman just called me tasteful. Yay! Ladies and gentlemen, Natalie Struck.
Maybe I've got it all wrong. Maybe I'm not who you want. Well, if that's the case, I'm fine. I'm fine with that.
You're watching Strip Down with Natalie Struck. That last song was what?
It was called Lie to Yourself.
Okay.
You waiting for a story?
I want a story. You have such amazing stories about your songs. That's like the whole point of the show is to tell the
Okay.
stories
I like
about
the
your songs,
stories.
but it so rarely happens,
Oh.
even though that's actually what the show is about.
Yeah,
You've been a breath of fresh air so far. Enlighten us with another great
thank
story.
you. It was actually written about 3 different people, but then it just came all together kind of linear. So like the first verse was supposed to be about my friend, the second verse was supposed to be about my sister, and then the third verse about my other sister. But if you just listen to it, it all sounds pretty linear. So
What are
worked
your
out good.
sisters, the failed musicians, think about you writing a song about them?
It was nicely done. It was nice words about them, and then like the chorus was pretty much about me. Then how to be true to yourself, because yeah.
You come with a very positive message. Is that like part of the image, or are you like really just a positive person that's close to your
I try
family?
to be a positive
Like,
person. My family, I am really close with. My sister invites me over for supper. Last night I had sweet and sour ribs. It's pretty awesome. So
yeah, I read your bio and I was skeptical.
No, I
I was
really
like,
am.
what's her angle? She seems really nice, and she says she likes
trying to be
Zoobly
nice.
Zoo and Hanson
Yeah.
and country music and all these other things.
I
that
never said country.
do you have country artist on here as one of your
John Prine, I don't think is country. He's folk, and then Michelle Branch.
Michelle Branch?
Pop rock. I used to be called Natalie Branch. My friends call me Natalie Branch. So
She's country.
no. Now she is. Yes, you're right. Back then,
back
not.
then, okay.
That's what I'm referring
All right, well, I won't judge you then. You're a talented young lady, too. Photographer as well?
Yes, I do photography.
So how many different hats do you wear? You're a musician, photographer.
Photographer. I like baking. No, not too much of it else than that. Yeah,
What
I
are
do.
some photography highlights?
Oh, well, last weekend I got to photograph the Rebellion CD release party, which was awesome.
I was there.
Yes. I'm sorry I didn't get your picture.
I may
I
have
did, but it was blurry.
I interviewed Josh Palmer for my Monday to Friday Shaw TV A&E job. I may have illegally used some of your photos in that story.
Probably.
Yeah,
You
they're
know,
probably the really, really high quality ones I
Yeah,
pulled off
hopefully.
of
Yeah,
Facebook.
Use one for Eli and Short too, so Eli for Short. Yeah.
That's pretty good. So
Yeah,
just
so
helping
it was
out
a lot
the
of
local
fun.
bands and
Yeah, and I know Chad Reynolds and the Sex, so who opened for them. So yeah. Very
last thing
cool.
before the next song. You made some comment about Woohoo North End before we started. And then I read your first solo show was in December 2010 at Crackers.
Yes, I love Crackers.
It's right in my hood too.
It's across the street from me. not
Oh, you
gonna
live in
lie.
those apartments?
Those
there,
awesome
sweet.
apartments, yeah.
What's it like? How nervous were you playing for Crackers?
I was so nervous. I screwed up most of my songs. I sounded terrible. And yeah, but people remembered me and they, for some reason, liked me. So I just
Say
went
what
from
you want
there.
about Crackers. That place has so much heart.
Oh, it does,
If I was
totally.
a starting out musician, I would want my first one to be Crackers.
Mm-hmm.
You probably got to like stumble home after too. So like right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you frequent Crackers often?
No, I try to save it because I go all out, you know. And then you can't sing the next day because you're singing the whole night.
Well, I think you should contact them and try to get a December 2011 show, like the reunion show at Crackers one
yeah,
year later.
I could.
I think you should. Maybe before your one on the 23rd of Mystic Jab, you can have a double bill.
Yeah.
Natalie Struck, Saskatoon.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm rambling now. Before we take our last commercial break, does this song have a great story that you're about to play too?
Yeah, do you want me to say it now?
Yes, let's
okay.
do it.
I was about to move away from Saskatoon with someone to Humboldt for a few months, and I was a little skeptical. I grew up by Humboldt, and I'm not.
Yeah, it seems like a step in the wrong direction.
Yeah, it kind of was. So I wrote this song before I left about how it would be when I got back, because I kind of knew I was going to come back. So, yeah, it's about leaving and leaving those people behind.
Once again, your
Yeah.
song leapfrogs reality. That's an amazing
do it.
storytelling
Gotta do
ability.
it.
Take it away, Natalie Struck.
Thank you.
Hey you, I can see your face. I can see your face as I'm walking away. Hey you, I can see you're down. I can see you can tell I won't be turning around. direction. I wasn't walking away.
You're watching Strip Down. Before we take our last commercial break, all right, you guys lock your cameras off. Let's get Catherine Morlock and Dylan Evans on here real quick. Yeah, we'll do it. It's up to you, Pat. You're only camera off right now. Just give us a second, Natalie. Come on, stand close. Oh, you knew I was gonna do this. Come on, stand close. There's only one mic.
I don't want to block. Okay.
Catherine Morlock, the first ever crew member from Strip Down back in February 2008, and Dylan Evans, frontman of Pirate Fridays.
Hey, arr.
What's going on with the band these days, Dylan Evans? You grew a beard. That's pretty
Yeah, getting
nautical.
more of the pirate nauticalness
Yeah.
going on. Getting some new members going on, switching it up. A few people going away. A few people.
Oh, I feel that. I feel a few people going away. There are crew members as well as in the band. So
Sometimes you gotta walk the plank, you know.
yeah, thank you. So new songs, new crew members. It's a building time.
It is.
A building time for
It's
Pirate
an
Fridays.
evolution, really.
But man, that band has been on going as long as. Sorry, I don't know what Pat's doing. Pat's coming on the set as well. Nope. We have one camera guy right now. The band has been around as long as Strip Down. Like how many years? 5?
I think, yeah, they were birthed around the same time, I think, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Patrick is doing
The
all
one-man show.
all 3 cameras. If only we could get a shot of that, but there's no one left. Catherine Morlock, what's going on with you these days?
Just working full time, just hanging out, doing a little bit of photography as well. So.
Nice. You and Natalie will have to chat after. Compare lenses, that kind of thing. I don't know anything about it. But all right, just wanted to thank you guys. You dropped everything and came on, kind of the ringers of Strip Down, because again, finals have just ravaged our crew. So we were short on. I know.
Who does that?
Exactly.
Oh, well.
All right. Thank you so much, you guys. We have to gear up for our last commercial break. We wrap things up with Natalie Struck right after this. Good job, Pat.
What are you doing? Hey, over there, Optimus Prime. What are you doing? Hey, over there, Optimus Prime.
Mr. Sicily Pizza and Pasta is proud to sponsor community programming on Shaw TV. Mr. Sicily, located at the corner of 51st and Miller in the north end of Saskatoon. 975-0345.
Do you know where stuff goes once it's flushed down the toilet? It travels down pipes under our streets to a sewage treatment plant. There it is cleaned up through a variety of processes before it is sent back out in our lakes or rivers. The problem occurs when people flush things down the toilet like makeup, cleaning supplies, and some pharmaceuticals that the sewage treatment plant can't clean up. They are dumped untreated into our waterways, which other people depend on for their drinking water. Some cities continue to dump their sewage untreated into our waterways, while others are using innovative thinking to reuse sewage byproducts as fertilizer. What can you do? Be sure to properly dispose of any chemicals or unused medicine at your city's hazardous waste disposal site. It's our turn to take care of this planet, and I think we can do a better job. What do you think? For more information on how you can be more water aware, visit waterunderfire.ca.
Memories we cherish, moments captured in time.
This is Matthew Halton of the CBC.
Hello, Canada and hockey fans in the United States.
Mark Peterson est un spécialiste de la musique populaire.
Le hockey des Canadiens.
So I heard they were taking on guys to the cannery next week, just when we leave.
Do you remember? How could we forget?
Strong winds that blow lonely. There was a time in this fair land when the railroad did not run.
À ta santé, Cécile.
Hello, Paul Russ.
Our mom got us seized to keep us from biting our toenails, eh?
Mr. Levesque, have you become a citizen? No.
Canada's recorded treasures. Help keep them alive.
Ladies and gentlemen, Natalie Struck.
much I wanna do, wanna see. It's too much standing in front of me. I know it's more than half my fault. Now I'm finally ready to move on. So get out of my way, I'm coming. Got these problems and I will solve them. I swear this time I won't be falling. So get out of my way, I'm coming. So much I can't explain away. There's so many mistakes I've made. Sometimes I chose a hard way. Hope you forgive me. Ready to change. So get out of my way, I'm coming. Got these problems and I will solve them. I swear this time I won't be falling. So get out of my way, I'm coming. Get out of my way. Get out of my way, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be who I wanted to be in the first place. Get out of my way. Get out of my way, yeah, yeah. Get out of my way. Get out of my
We are wrapping things up with Natalie Struck. Did you have a good time tonight?
Yes, I did.
I had such a
been a whole
wonderful
hour?
episode. It's been an hour.
Yeah.
We're almost at the very, very end. We got one song
Yeah.
left for you to play us out.
Mhm.
To recap the EP, when can we expect it? Right away?
Yeah, soon. The next couple of weeks.
Like by the time this airs, possibly. You could go
not
on
that quick.
Not that quick, but pretty
Maybe the
quick.
week after, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For all Natalie Struck information, where do people go?
www.nataliestruck.com.
And
Easy as that.
Sundays at the Farmers Market?
Yes.
For the
11
rest
till
of
noon.
December?
Yeah.
December 23rd, Mystic Java.
Yes, 8 till 10.
I'm going to be like your agent. I'm going to try to get you another Cracker show. Because
Okay,
it just seems
good,
fitting.
good, yeah.
And then I can just walk and see you because I too live in
Yeah.
the North End.
Awesome.
North End.
Woo!
And then January 21st at Prairie Inc., which is located in McNally
Yes.
Robinson.
Yes, and you can hear it all throughout the
Oh, you can?
bookstore. Yeah, my nephew ignored me and he went and read books and he's like, I could hear you the whole time.
Yeah, see, it's
So, yeah.
awesome when there's a good band there.
Yeah.
It's terrible when there's a bad band there. Because, yeah, you can't get away
I was
from
wondering
it.
how I walked into the bookstore and they're like, oh, you were so good. I'm like, what are you talking about?
There it is.
That's how it was.
Big thanks. Any final closing thoughts? Anything I didn't ask you?
I
Anything
do
you
have
want to get
to
out
say
there?
I borrowed this outfit from my friend Mallory. She designed my album EP stuff, and I took the pictures on it. But yeah, I told her I'd tell everyone this is her dress.
Thanks, Mallory. I too borrowed my outfit, but I borrowed mine from Ultimo Uramoto, which is one of our sponsors, along with Long and McQuaid and Mr. Sicily Pizza. Thanks to tonight's crew again. You
They
know,
were awesome,
These
you know?
kids, they come and they grow up, and then they want a post-secondary education, and they go to university, and then suddenly they
didn't
have
go.
finals, and they're stressed, and they can't make it. There's one message Stripped Down has. It's don't go to university. Come volunteer your time. Come volunteer your time with cable television. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. So Dylan Evans and Catherine Morlock filling in tonight, along with Brock Andrews, and of course our regular folks. Some of them did show up tonight, like Pat and Amanda. Jay's always here. He's the director. And Bryn Kreisa. For all things Stripped Down, go to Facebook, type in Stripped Down, see the dancing girl. It's like the logo. The logo. The logo.
I clicked the like
logo,
button.
The logo. The logo. The top shot. The logo. The top shot. And there it is. Find that and then hit like. Awesome. For the last time tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Natalie Struck.
You do all these nice things not because you care. It makes you look good on paper. There is nothing behind those blue eyes of yours. They are
I don't want to say we've wasted time talking about Hanson. Coming up this week on Stripped Down, local singer-songwriter, ladies and gentlemen, it's Natalie Struck.